For 3 years, Fareed Al-Shami has rented a small fleet of vehicles to people using Turo. Right now, his 2013 Mercedes SUV is at the auto shop again after he says smugglers damaged it in the desert.
So on the same vehicle, happened twice. And the first time it took about 2 months to get the vehicle back. The second time it took about 3 months to get the car back. So it's been very frustrating in that sense.
In addition to his tiny home business, Fareed Al-Shami earns income off the Turo app. But last October and again in February, he says his SUV was used for criminal activity near Sonoyta.
The rental usually goes fine for the first few days until it's time to get it back, and all of a sudden, oh no, something happened, and it's never them. It's always a family member that took their vehicle and they use it for illicit purposes. I always hear the story afterwards, unfortunately, and they are just smuggling people.
Agents confirm criminals are targeting peer-to-peer rentals because it appears as a personal vehicle and possibly less conspicuous when authorities run the license plates. Criminals are even hiring people with clean driving records to rent cars only to hand them over to smugglers.
Pay attention to who you rent vehicles, or even though companies, peer-to-peer rental companies say that they have strict guidelines of who's going to rent their vehicles, but there's still people that are going to do bad things with them.
A CBP Facebook page shows dozens of recent busts involving rental cars, including national rental chains, and the awkward and sometimes dangerous conditions desperate people are placed in by so-called load drivers.
They put the lives of the migrants in danger. There's no seatbelts, or sometimes they overload them. There's been instances where they will not stop for any law enforcement.
Turo would not provide statistics about the prevalence of vehicles used by smugglers. In an email, a Turo spokesperson says, "We are aware of incidents where guests violated our policy by giving their vehicles to unauthorized individuals. We acted promptly by restricting their access to our platform and collaborating with the host and law enforcement to recover the vehicle while covering the host's associated expenses."
I do think the vetting process needs some work. Now, that being said, I don't complain much because I don't know how they could improve it quite yet.
We also reached out to the Arizona Attorney General's office to see if they have fielded complaints about Turo and whether the company is on their radar. The communications director emailed us this statement. "Consumer complaints are confidential, and I am unable to comment on potential complaints regarding any particular entity. As a general matter, however, our office always encourages people to file a complaint if they believe they have been a victim of consumer fraud." For the link and to read Turo's full statement, head to KOLD.com. I'm Rebecca Taylor, 13 News.